Hey everybody, it's Adam. Welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to cover a couple of things. First, we're going to give a quick shout out and a little bit of a welcome. We're going to talk about pirates and a lot of piratey things because there's pirates and because also pirates. Next, we're going to talk about Blood Bowl 2. I want to bring it back. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to talk about that also. And we're going to talk about what my wife just got obsessed with in the Nintendo Switch realm. So, if any or all of that sounds interesting to you, stick around. So, as previously mentioned, first things first, and I gotta give it up to my buddy Dan. Huge shout out. He goes by Grim of the Grimdark at Twitter, or on Twitter. Follow him at Grew of the Grimdark if you want to see somebody who does some really awesome miniature painting. A lot of his stuff is based around Warhammer 40k and that type of thing. He is, sorry for the adjust there, he is absolutely great. His skill level in technical paints has actually, it's come leaps and bounds since we first started playing Warhammer 40k years ago together before I did a move out away from those guys. He gave me a shout out, which then ended up leading to a few new followers, and that leads us into the second point of it, and we're going to get back to Dan here in a second, so hold that thought. Welcome to the new folks. Really appreciate you guys coming in. We actually had 3 people join, and while that does not seem like a whole lot, that's actually over 10% of my viewership, so I really want to thank everybody so far for the continued support. Any likes and any views that you guys are pushing through, I really appreciate it. And if you have any other feedback, I appreciate the feedback I've gotten. Any feedback as to how the channel is kind of operating, what you'd like to see, what I should focus on, anything of that sort, let me know. That just reminds me, I need to put something into self-promotion. I'm terrible at that. Anyway, that aside, so Dan does the Twitter thing. He's a big sports nut, so he'll live tweet some things about sports, which can be kind of entertaining to watch him kind of lose his shit over things. But he also has a blog that he's going to be bringing back, and talking to him a little bit the other day. He's got some pretty cool plans coming through, and I'm actually excited to see what that's going to kind of come to bring for him. I want to see what that happens, or what that does, and we may end up getting a chance to actually get a trip back home, see if I can't play a couple of games with Dan and actually get a little bit of recording and maybe chat a little bit about what it is he likes to do, what his focus is, just get some ideas of some more 40k and tabletop gaming in general, maybe. So Dan, can't thank you enough, bud. Keep up the great work. Everybody go find him. His links and everything else to Twitter and to his blog will be down below. He's going to start the blog up again, so just give him a little bit. He's going to get spun back up once work kind of settles for him. But all that stuff's down in the description. Follow him. Check him out. Next, pirates. All things pirate. Because on Tuesday, this past week, Sea of Thieves was the big launch of the week. I have jumped in, live streamed, and as you now have seen, first video is up. I have others to edit, and that's going to be done probably today after I get done with my work stuff. But it's a great game. Even playing solo, I was not really sold on it the very first time that I played it, but it's growing on me every time that I play it consecutively. And it's very grindy, I will admit. It's a lot of, here's your missions, go get us a treasure chest, go get us a skull, kill a skeleton, this, that, the other. But it's such a beautiful game, and it's so well put together. It's very simple in controls. It's kind of easy to grab, even though you don't get a whole lot of a tutorial as to, here's how to do whatever. But it's a great game. The question in mind, though, for that is going to be if it has staying power, right? So Rare is going to have to step up their game as far as what kind of content they're releasing down the road as this kind of gets a little further in its life. It may be soon that they bring some stuff out, but for the time being, it's a good start. It's a very good basis, and I've seen in a couple of the Discords, one for the X1 Bros and also for the Offset Collective, we've been discussing things about what we could see in the game, and there's been some really great ideas, and I really hope that Rare is kind of on that mindset of like, okay, what else can we add to the game to make it even more enjoyable and more engaging and keep it fresh and all that, because eventually it's going to come to a point where if you're sending people out for just gathering quests, that's a grind. That's very literally what Vanilla WoW did. And they still never really finished it, even with questing in the late game, in the current version of it, or at least the last time I knew, because it's been a while since I played, but it gets very grindy, and people just start burning out on it. And you've got a lot of big title games that are coming out the later part of this year. Actually, one's coming out in 4 days, no less. You got Far Cry 5. You're going to lose a lot of people to that if you don't keep things fresh. Now, that's not to say that this isn't the kind of game where, like, you know, you hop in, you go out, you grab a chest, you got an hour to spend, whatever like that. Go get something, bring it back, turn it in, good to go. There's some progression. You get a little bit of a feel good, you get a chance to sail a ship, you get a chance to shoot a gun, you get a chance to do whatever you want. But it's going to need to have some sort of content update to keep people engaged. Now, one of the best things actually probably going in its favor is the fact that it's a part of the Xbox Game Pass, and the fact of the matter is that even with the Game Pass, if you haven't bought the game, you can still play it on the Windows 10 machine like I do. I cashed in my month thing, I think I told everybody. I think I may have said that. This is actually new since then. So this was how easy it was. I cashed in a month worth of Game Pass. I somehow managed to get 2. Didn't have to pay for the extra month, which was perfectly fine. I was able to get Sea of Thieves on Windows 10. I was able to install the code, or insert the code, install the game in less than an hour, and I was in playing it by then. And it was great. So, definitely something worth checking out. It's a whole different world. It's very open. It's very open. And I mean, just the water detail and the sunsets and the islands, they're just absolutely beautiful, where I genuinely loathe the fact that it's as cold as it is outside near the end of March. And I feel like I'm supposed to be playing in the tropics. Fortunately, we'll be fixing that in the next few weeks with the honeymoon down to the Caribbean. Thank God. But that's about it for the Sea of Thieves stuff. Go check it out if you haven't already. And if you're not really sold on the idea of it, go watch some videos on YouTube. Work email. Huzzah. Go check videos out on YouTube. There's a ton out there. I even have a couple things that are on this channel that you'll see in the PC gameplay, or the PC play playlist. There's going to be more coming out. If you want to see what it looks like to play by yourself when you don't have a chance to play with folks, I'm trying to get something together to play with people, but coordination of hours is kind of tough because my hours for playing are actually really weird by comparison to the rest of, well, by the rest of most other people's standards. Blood Bowl 2, next topic. I want to get back into it. I played 2 games, put them up, have had several requests actually to say that they want me to play more. Good news is that since I did some PC upgrades and actually now have a hardwire to the PC, I can actually do the Xbox pass-through from the Xbox app in Windows 10 to my Xbox in the living room, and I don't have to sit there and use a mic that I'm not necessarily happy with. I do have one in mind from Amazon that will be getting ordered, so the audio quality should go up, hopefully. But I'm going to start doing that as well. I'm going to try to get one out a month if I can. Only reason being is because of just being distracted with everything else, Minecraft, eventually, because I've not been on it since Sea of Thieves came out on Tuesday. But Minecraft and then Sea of Thieves, and as you should see as of today, which is what I need to post into some of the self-promotion channels, WildStar, which is the MMORPG. I want to get that going so we can at least try to get a match a month, and maybe some folks can have some viewing material for a different type of strategy. Other than that, my wife played the demo to the Kirby Star Allies game, and that was a great experience for her. I played it myself. I only played the easy level, and it was a good game. She played easy and hard. She then quietly put her Switch away. She came back out to the living room, sat on the couch, and without making any eye contact, just stared at the TV and just said, "I need that fucking game." And so we got that game for her, and she has been absolutely loving it. Yesterday she had a day off, and she said she was starting to get bored, so I said, "Well, why not play Kirby?" And she said, "I did that all morning." So it's really engaged her, and she played to the point where her eyes started hurting her, which is great, you know, that she's really enjoying it, and that hopefully the replay value... There we go. Hopefully, the replay value is going to be good enough for her to be able to keep kind of going back to it and trying different things, maybe making different friends. And especially whenever it comes time for DLCs, whenever new characters are available, she can hop back in and grab some more stuff and do some more things like that. So she's been loving the Kirby Star Allies, and it looks like a great game. Looks like a lot of fun. So eventually we're going to have to pick up a physical copy so that I can play it, and then maybe if we have a cartridge, then it's a little bit easier to kind of swap back and forth, even though now that I guess we had to settle on buying the digital, she's stuck with the digital. Well, worst case scenario is that if anything ever happens to her Switch and she loses her save, she'll at least be able to play the physical cartridge, so that works well. Other than that, I'm getting ready to email some more folks because apparently things at work are starting to kick off, so why not end a Friday on a strong note, right? Again, welcome to the new folks that just joined. Thank you so much again, Dan. I really appreciate it, buddy. Anything I can do to help out, I'm looking forward to kind of maybe chatting with you about a couple more things about that. And everybody else that watches, gives thumbs up, gives criticism or feedback, I genuinely do really appreciate everything. And I really thank you guys for the support. I know that this is still a very small channel by comparison to a lot of folks, but I genuinely, whenever I started it, never thought that 31 people was going to be a thing. I never thought that, because I mean, you think about it, I had myself and my wife were the first 2 followers for this channel on my actual, my personal account, and I just flabbergasted that it actually started going this route. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it, and I really hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're, healthy, happy, and safe. And everybody, please, any feedback you like. If you want to join me on the Discord for the Offset Collective, link is in the description below. Come join us. Talk to us about tabletop, PS4, Nintendo Switch. Talk to us about Xbox. Talk to us about PC. Talk to us about really whatever you want to. I mean, even if you guys are starting to get something out and you want to get the word out about your channel or about your podcast or about whatever else, come talk to us. We're here to kind of help everybody get what it is that they want. Work, anything that they want off the ground. And we're always willing to help anybody that we can, okay? So come check us out. Come join us. And I would love to be able to engage with all of you. So everybody, thank you again so much. And we'll talk to you guys next week, all right? Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye.